In this video, me and my friend Carson will be discussing the new trailers and everything Biomutant. So if you like the game and wanna see more, I have and will make a ton more on the channel. Consider subscribing to the both of us to not miss out on any new videos. And with that said, enjoy. So Carson, 3 new trailers have dropped. Which one was your favorite?
Out of the May 4th, the gameplay and the character creation,
Yes.
100% the gameplay was my favorite.
Yes, dude. They threw so much at us. There was so much info.
Uh-huh. Yeah, really. And I loved about the gameplay like the weapon wheels and the mount wheel. You like
Yes.
go through the wheel to pick what mount you want to call to you like immediately. I thought that was sick.
Yeah, it's so cool that you can call any mount whenever you are,
Mhm.
wherever you are.
Right, because that was a question of like with all the abundance of mounts, like which one am I gonna pick and where will we asked the same? We literally talked about this, like where are our mounts gonna stay? Are they gonna stay in a
Yes.
barn? Are they gonna stay in a tribe? I guess you just call them up.
They're gonna stay in your wheel.
Yeah, stay in your
Yes.
back pocket.
There's also the consumables wheel we saw.
The consumable wheel.
Yeah, there was so
Yeah,
much consumable.
I didn't see like the only consumable I actually like remember is the med kit. Is there anything that you
Yeah,
picked up on?
I don't know. There was a blue like syringe or something that I think you're gonna
Yeah.
use for your stamina.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah. Or, maybe your psi abilities. I don't know.
yeah, yeah, that's your mana, I guess. Uh,
Yeah.
I saw on the top left you have your health and you have your mana under it.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even recall looking at that. I was too busy looking at the cool world.
The cool, the cool gameplay. Yes,
Yeah, I was super impressed with the environment and the colors. I wonder what they were playing on.
yes. I think they were playing on PS4. I don't know for sure, but
I sorry to interrupt, but I have to counter that because I think I saw LT and RT, which are Xbox
Xbox.
buttons.
Yes.
So it was either on Xbox or it was on PC with an Xbox controller. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, we don't know on what, but the game looked good either way.
Exactly, yeah, I'm hoping that it was on console, so if that's the quality we're getting on the older, quote, unquote, "old gen," even though most of us still have them, I
Yes.
am gonna be stoked.
Yes. Most of us still have old gen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we finally saw the automatons.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
why didn't we talk about that the other time?
yeah, but we didn't know the name, how many there will be, and what they do. Just
Yeah, I
speculating.
really got a lot of clarity on what an automaton was and now
Yeah,
exactly what they
and
do, and you can find more.
yeah, it seems like you'll be able to find them across the world while
And
looting.
that's really cool. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad because I didn't see a
uh,
point to the grasshopper at all up until,
until now.
what we've seen, yeah.
Yeah, and we had an accurate speculation.
We did. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very true.
it's for like side quest or you send them into somewhere you can't go
Yeah,
and they'll pick something for you.
exactly. We were spot on, so, we may be spot on some other things that we weren't able
One,
to see in the trailer.
one thing we weren't spot on is the currency.
Yeah, did you catch something about that?
Yeah, I saw it was leaves.
Really?
Yes, when they were showing the crafting or the I don't know what it is really,
Mm.
but everything we saw there was like X amount of leaves to buy it and stuff like that.
Oh, to buy oh, right, yeah, that I because it only showed the menu, it didn't show, like, how they got to that specific customization menu. Maybe it's
Yes,
at, like, a gunsmith's house or a gunsmith's, um not house, but place of work.
a merchant or something.
Yeah, exactly. That's really yeah, I was really blown away with, like, the variety. I mean, I knew that there'd be variety, but to see the scrolling list of all the detail, all the
Yes,
attachments for a gun was,
there were
like,
so many.
mind-blowing. I was so enthralled with what I was watching. I'm gonna be posting a reaction to it because, I have kinda limited time. I can't really put together a fully edited video, but I was literally watching it with my jaw dropped, like, I'm like, "I'm not really saying anything because 'cause I'm so attached to what I'm watching."
Yeah, and the gameplay was really good. Have you picked up on upon when he was shooting, he goes into a prone position, like that it maybe enhances your shooting.
Oh,
Yeah,
did
what?
he?
Yeah, I was getting prone every time he wanted to shoot or something. An
Yeah,
ability.
I don't think I picked up that in particular, but I know that the people who are the Game Informer people who were talking about it mentioned how fluid it was between switching between the melee and the ranged,
Yeah,
and just like he's from a distance shooting him with akimbo pistols, and then all of a sudden, like quickly, he's on top of him with like a huge butcher knife thing,
yes.
and like it's just that is exciting. Like,
I
man,
heard you can even change loadouts mid fight. Like you have five loadouts and you
yes,
can change every time, whenever
that's
you
gonna
feel
be
like it.
really interesting.
Yeah, you
That's
just
gonna be
use
really
like
interesting.
five five weapons and five melee weapons at the same time.
See, that's like so cool because I hope that just ties along well with an abundance of weapons. That I have a feeling either there's gonna be an abundance because of how much customization you can do. Like, it's just gonna be interesting to see how many like bodies of the gun there are versus like can do you reuse stocks and barrels and muzzles? Because one of the muzzles was literally the head of a trumpet. I don't know if you picked up on that, but it looked the end of a trumpet was attached to the barrel of the gun, and that seems like a reusable one. But I'm kind of wondering that like fundamental body of the gun, how many of those there will be.
I heard there will
I
be
don't
a
know.
lot of customization, gun related.
Yeah, I heard there was going to be over 1 million of like variants. I guess like
Yeah,
you could say
not a
you could build
million,
that number.
but a lot.
No, they. Oh wait, maybe it was 500,000.
Yeah, something like that.
But still, it would make sense because of just switching one thing. There's one. Switching another thing. There's two. Switching two things. There's. It definitely. I could see that number just soaring up with how many
Yeah,
options there
yeah,
are.
and everything is on you. Like you can call any mount, have a lot of consumables, five loadout.
Yeah, it kind of gives me like a GTA vibe in the sense of like, oh, you can
Yeah,
just pull your RPG out and
out
then
of
pull
the
your
pocket.
AK out. Yeah. And for a game like Biomutant where I'm not expecting too much realism, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, that will add to the fun factor.
Yeah. Like part of me was hoping for like a Red Dead Redemption sort of situation where it was like the only guns you have on you are like visible on your body, but I think that the option they chose, which is like the overabundance of weapons, is gonna actually be a really cool option too.
Yeah, and on that, we didn't get the backpack system or the weight system we were talking about.
Yeah, right, like, I didn't notice a real backpack system, but I've seen so many, like, visual like, actual backpacks on characters. I don't know if that's just, like, a cosmetic choice or if it plays a role in some way.
I think it's a cosmetic choice, or not. I mean, the only backpack I saw, or not a backpack, but I saw a jetpack, the case which he flew on,
Mm,
and I saw there was only one backpack. We didn't see what it do.
yeah. One thing I noticed too was you know how you brought up on our first discussion the way that you can use a glider in 2 different ways?
Yes.
I was thinking maybe they changed the animation to just be hanging from the glider to suit, like, just to overall make it less work on how many, like, animations they have to do. So, I don't know. now that we've seen like the more recent gameplays and we're only seeing that style of using the glider, I was
Yeah,
considering the possibility that was just the new animation.
yeah, maybe. I don't think if I remember correctly because I saw the trailers 2 days ago, but I think I saw the two animations on the same
Oh,
video.
okay.
Yeah,
I could have missed it.
yeah, me too. I don't remember it correctly, but I think the bigger one, uh, there is a small one and there is a bigger one. The bigger one you hold with your two hands, and the other one is you fly in it.
Yeah. I
Or
noticed
in
I'm
reverse.
really excited about the mount system in general. Like
Yeah,
the being able to call like a giant elk. I almost felt like that elk he was riding was just had a lot of power to it. Like it just gave off of like a sense of like a big beast in it. I don't know.
yes.
The way it was the animations or what, it just gave a vibe of like a true big animal that you were riding, and that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool reading. And I saw also you can swim when you are on your mount.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
it
picked
seems
up
like
on that too.
yeah, it seems like you can go on any terrain and they'll be able to traverse it.
Yeah, and it's all the more reason to use your mount is say, "Hey, I gotta cross this water because 'cause I'm pretty sure your biomutant will just, like, drown unless it's, like, a really short distance.
No,
Like, it
I
only
think
can survive so long while swimming.
yeah, I don't know. I think they will be able to swim, but maybe like in contaminated water or something, you can use a mount to cross it.
Yeah, it's all speculation here, but, man, it is fun as
Yeah,
ever to talk about the game after seeing some true polished gameplay
yeah,
footage, man. I can't believe
they gave us
Ugh.
so much. Uh,
Yeah, they really did,
uh,
but, so much, but also I hope so little, you know?
yeah, on the world note, I heard there were 7 biomes.
Mm, I heard that too, and I'm sure that, like, so you could pick your resistances on the character creator. You could pick, like, a starting resilience,
Yes,
and, the guy ended up choosing ice, so I'm sure that would benefit him if he was in the snowy biomes, but, once he was down to the last part of the character creator where there was the class option, at the bottom right, you could see the varying elements. So there was fire, radioactive, this like purple one, and then ice. And there was another one on the far right. It was like a black sort of like essence. And that one wasn't part of the dial. I was interested to see what role that was. But you could pull up a video of that so they could see or a quick image because there's
yeah,
a fifth element that they didn't that you couldn't manipulate when you were creating your character, but it did show up at the end.
yeah. Which one?
It's like this dark. It looked like a dark. There was like 5 orbs, basically, of
Yeah,
the different elements, and all the 4 ones that you could like use with the slider were like ice, fire, the green, radioactive, and then like the purple bio crap. I don't even know the specific
I
terms.
think it's radiation.
Yeah, there was radiation and then there was like a bluish purple one. But anyways, there was only 4 options to go on the slider. But then when you got to the end of it, there was a fifth option that I guess you can't. I guess maybe you get resilient to that one later in the game. That was my guess.
Yeah, and I saw only you can only put 25%
Right.
resistance.
So you're probably gonna build up resistance just from playing the game.
Yeah, that's it really. And on that note, like, which class are you gonna choose now that we know them?
Man, I actually after watching them all, it's so hard because I was mentioning this aloud when I was reacting to it. I was like, what? Like, there's going to be this battle for people making characters on what looks cool versus what they actually want their character to be.
Yeah,
Like, I haven't decided yet on the exact choice I'm going to make, but I think I was torn between the commando guy that looked like Rambo, and then there was who had like no shirt on, and then the one above it, which was like that cloud. He had the giant like cloud sword, and by cloud, I'm talking about the Final Fantasy character,
Yeah, I
and
got
yeah, I didn't want to confuse him with like what like, he's using a cloud like in the sky,
it.
um, but yeah, even those. But I liked how you're gonna go down what the Sci Freak route.
Yeah, I'm very tempted, but I think the
Mm,
game is really cool in the hack and slashing stuff.
yeah.
Like I think I'm gonna pick the Deadeye, which
Mm.
is a jack of all trades and will use
Yeah, that was the one.
a
Yeah,
sword,
I was thinking about that one.
sword and a gun. Yeah,
It
I
might be a
need
good
to.
choice for the first playthrough,
Yeah,
you know,
like you
go
usually
ahead.
I pick the sky the Sci Freak
Right.
class because I like so much the power aspect of games. But
Mhm.
here I'm leaning more to the the gun and the up close combat stuff. It looks better.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. I don't know what's gonna be better or not. That's like the thing. I was gonna say, I'm usually the hack and slash, like physical combat versus elemental combat, but it's like part of me is like just pick the elemental because like just do something different, you know? And regardless, I don't think you're held to too many boundaries in this game. I think even if you go down Deadeye route, you're still gonna have magic incorporated, like obviously because it's a jack of all trades. But even if you picked Commando, who's skilled with just physical weapons or like non-elemental things, he'll still be able to do some cause some havoc with the elementals. So I'm hoping, even if you pick one, you can still access a bit of the others.
Yeah,
A
and
tad
that
bit.
and they spoke about that and they said that you won't be limited to one class.
Yeah,
And you'll be able to get the perks from other classes down the road when you are playing.
that's what I like to hear.
And even though if it's not like that, having all those classes will only add to the replayability value when you play another walkthrough.
100%.
Yeah,
Exactly what I was thinking.
yeah, and I kind of wish there is a online aspect to it because making other classes and stuff would be fun with other people when you're
Oh, well,
playing
I
online.
couldn't agree more. The only have you played Ghost of Tsushima?
No, not yet.
Me neither. And so the one big um inhabitant that or conflict rather for making the game an online game is the slow motion in combat.
Yes,
I don't know how that would work in an online setting because how can one maybe you physically like you know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like for
but
such a weird like how do you incorporate that into multiplayer
they
or at
don't.
least co-op?
They don't incorporate it. I have played Red Dead Online before, um,
Mhm.
and the Dead Eye it doesn't slow time,
Mm.
so it only helps you with aiming.
Right. So they would just find a sort of middle ground.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's it.
that's a great point.
Yeah, because slow motion wouldn't work.
Right.
Yes,
But they could find a way to turn that slow motion into maybe like better accuracy or something
yes,
for
like
multiplayer
Red Dead.
purposes.
Yeah. Well, what did you think of the May of the first trailer?
Oh, the May
Ha-
4th trailer?
did you like what they did?
Oh yeah. I mean, I could tell right away that it was well because I had spoken. I can't remember, or just the whole May 4th thing. It's like Star Wars Day, pretty much.
Yeah,
So when I saw that trailer, I could not get my eye. Like I was like, okay, this is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. There's the main. I can't remember her name. The character from Star Wars with the
Ray.
little like cool hair. What's her name?
Ray.
Ray. Yes, that was
Yeah,
that little Biomutant was, in my opinion, representing Ray. And then she
yeah,
had like that little companion, and we got this. Okay, there's an automaton.
the
We were
automaton.
questioning like, what? Why doesn't he look like a grasshopper, huh?
Yeah,
And I really think that was a super smart choice. I mean, it just adds to the customization that this game seems to have in every nook and cranny.
yeah, and it was
There's
really cool.
customization.
The Star Wars reference.
Yeah, I loved it. I think that was. I mean, that's a really good marketing choice because Star Wars fans are very abundant. And
Yeah,
secondly, like, it was just cool to see them, like, do something along those lines for a game like Biomutant.
yeah, I
Ugh,
agree. Do you think it could mean something more? And
I
what,
know
what
what you're getting at.
yeah, and what do you think that in the last shot, what was that thing he was looking at?
Yeah, see, that it was, like, almost blocked by,
The
like, I
character.
don't know. Yeah, maybe your character, right. I saw your video and you mentioned and we spoke about this in our last discussion, like, could space travel be the hidden Easter egg that they've not spoken about at all, but it's actually
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking.
featured?
But I mean, if they were to be space travel, I think they would include it in the marketing because it would maybe attract more people.
Could be, could be.
Could be, and
And I mean, I couldn't see it as more than just like one location, maybe for like the end game.
yeah, that's what
Um,
I was thinking. Like maybe one mission you go for a
yeah,
really brief time, or
you like escape the world on a
yeah,
spaceship.
yeah,
That
maybe
maybe that's if the world
maybe that's
dies.
the ending for when the World 3 dies.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what happens if the world tree survives? You don't go to space?
you'll be the hero of the world. I mean, yeah.
For Biomutant 2, if you don't end the world, then you don't get to play Biomutant 2 in space.
Imagine. Yeah,
They,
they would
like,
just
literally, like, check to see what you chose in the first game. "Oh, sorry, you can't buy it."
that would be cool. But if they were gonna do a part two, by Mutant two, it would be like in a new game entirely, not uh, attached to the first, or they will choose the ending. Like this is what happened, and this is how it's gonna be.
Mhm. Yes, kinda like how they did in The Last of Us.
And The Walking Dead.
Because I don't even remember killing the doctor. Maybe I did, but the
No,
whole, like,
no, the
Abby's dad
doctor,
being the
the doctor is uh, you had to kill him. You couldn't not kill him.
oh, you had to at the end of the first game?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
that's
you forgot
that makes me feel better.
you forgot that you killed the doctor when you played it 4 times.
Dude, yeah, because I always, like I thought it was optional.
Yeah,
I didn't remember
it was
killing him, I just
optional to
remember
kill.
grabbing her.
It was optional to kill all the doctors, not but this one specifically you had to kill him
Uh,
because he wouldn't
well, I
accept
guess
to
that
give her
makes me feel
away.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it does. Uh,
Um,
yeah,
so wait, I think that the customization of the characters is gonna I hope that I part of me really believes that they're kind of gearing this game for replayability, just with along with, like, how your character how he his stats go hand in hand with how he looks. That just I mean, I could not think of a better way to make the game replayable than to have a feature like that.
yeah. Maybe you'd make a character that looks awful just for fun.
Just for fun, right?
Yeah,
We didn't get a chance to see about the radioactive pools that can change your DNA. That'd be interesting how much, like, changes you can really make.
yeah,
Maybe you
yeah,
can like, end game, you can, like, really you can go back and make him look cool. It's
yeah,
that's what I'm saying, like, it's a constant battle between what you want him to look like versus the stats you want him to have, but I'm all
yeah.
for it.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean,
No.
but yeah, it's cool that the character changes appearance in accordance to what stats you have and what did you choose in the biomutant pools and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's I think it's very unique to gaming. I don't know of another game that's done that.
Yeah, and it would also be cool to like choose your appearance and not be impacted by your abilities. I mean, both are good. It just depends.
Yeah, I know. I feel the same way, but I think regardless, you're gonna get a lot of armor that kind of covers up your character, even like a full-fledged helmet, like we saw in the gameplay, like a metal bear helmet that just goes over your entire head. So that's kind of maybe you can get such a cool set of gear at the end of the game that you're stoked with how he ends up looking versus how he looks in the start.
Yes, the character will change drastically when you're going through the game, and you'll find a lot of armor along the way too.
Yeah. I liked seeing the list of quests on the left side of the screen. It was like, do this, 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 this. Like, just
Mm,
I can't wait to get into this world and just do some bullshit quests.
really, I didn't pay attention to that.
It was a yeah, it was a short glimpse, but it was just like that sense of that RPG style. Like that's what's so great about this game is like just I was really just I got this sense of joy when I saw like a list of quests to do because I grew up playing World of Warcraft at like a young age and I just was so into like doing a quest and getting a reward. Like I love that part of gaming and I'm not saying that World of Warcraft's the only game that does it, but it did it right where it gave you this like real good feeling of completing a quest and you're like, yes, I get XP, I get whatever. I'm just happy to be doing that, but on my PlayStation 4, it's not an MMORPG, it's not multiplayer, but just that grinding, building up my Biomutant, making him get new gear, new armor, like it gives me this sense that it's going to be really rewarding.
Yeah, I love that aspect of games too because it's just fun to grind and build your character
Hmm.
and make him be the way you want him to be.
Yeah, like the more work you put in, the more you get out.
Yeah, that's unique to gaming and a fun aspect to have in games.
Right, right. I love to see as well. I think that the devs they really took their time on the little things like gathering loot, like gathering a new you get a new piece of armor or a helmet or weapon, like the way it just flashes on your screen, even down to the med kit, gives like a it gives looting a more exciting feel to it.
Yeah, the looting looks like they really worked on it, and it's gonna be awesome to go out of your way uh, to find loot. It's gonna be enticing
Hmm.
because
Exactly,
because
exactly what I was going with.
you're gonna depend on it to like have enough stuff to fight a monster or enough stuff to buy something from the merchant
You're gonna
or
want to check
exchange.
that yeah, you're gonna wanna check that corner for the slight chance that it could be a sick new piece of armor. I wonder if the loot is predetermined or, like, kinda random.
Yeah, yeah, we don't have any information on it, but I feel
Mhm.
like it will be random.
Yeah, me
Yeah, because
too.
they won't put the same thing uh, for everyone, especially with how they're tackling the game. With like no
Know that in
character
this
is
cave
no character will be like the other and stuff like that.
yeah, that I hope that I think it's probably I mean, I'm speculating here, but I would imagine or hope that like so in this like level 1 through 10 area there's a set amount of gear you can find and it's all randomly generated for every playthrough.
Yeah, it's gonna be like that, I think. Yeah, we heard there were gonna be a photo mode. Does that excite
Mhm.
you?
I gotta be honest, I have never been excited about a photo mode until this game, and part of it I can attribute to the fact that I've been doing YouTube, and that just strikes me as the perfect opportunity to get thumbnails that are unique, as well as in this world, I'm so infatuated with the game right now that I feel like I'll actually utilize photo mode. Like, I honestly have never used photo mode until I think this game is gonna be different for me, where it's like, "Go ahead, use the photo mode." Like, "Don't you wanna take a crazy action shot?" I don't know, man. I'm
Yeah,
excited. I think I will use it.
yeah, me too. I have never used the photo mode, and you made a really good point about YouTube. I haven't thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be helpful for sure for thumbnails.
No more Googling Biomutant and finding a really unique image.
Yeah, you're just gonna just hop in the game and get a photo.
100%.
And when you're playing, your character is doing such amazing animations and moves that
Yeah.
anytime you press photo mode, you're gonna find a really cool pose to have.
Yeah, and I along the lines of animation, I've seen the characters just kinda, like, itch themselves or, like, look around, like, all those passive things that go on are so engaging, but as well as the when you're in those radioactive zones, I heard that if you get fully, like, radio activified, your
Yes.
character will literally throw up, and that's funny.
Yeah, if you stay in a biome you don't have resistance for, that's
Mhm.
what's gonna happen because uh, it will hurt you.
Yeah, you get quote unquote "sick."
Yeah, it's so funny to see your character sick and puking everywhere.
Those are the little
It's
details
you get
that they love.
yeah, they are really passionate about this game.
Yeah, you can really tell, like, it's ah, man, I hate being this way because of the, some of like other games that have let you down, and it's like it's easy to get hyped about a game, but for a game to really come through on its promises is what you hope for, and I believe that everything we've seen are really good signs. They're just being really upfront about what's in the game and what's not, and they like you said, it's almost as though you can just see that this is a true passion project. And another fact about that is that this is their first game, and I'm sure they want to make a really good impression for their company, Experiment 101.
Yeah, and I think the gaming industry learned their lesson. And projects that come from passion are always the best.
Yeah, 100%. I really think this game is gonna like. There's not as many people that are making
Mm-hmm.
the prior to launch videos and following the Reddit and the Discord for this game because I think no one really knew about it. But I think the more gameplay we see and stuff, I think this has potential to really be like a game that people remember.
Yeah, for sure, the people that will play it will enjoy it really well. But on the marketing side, they didn't do a great job because they went like they didn't give any videos or news for a long time,
Right.
so the hype kind of died down.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But now it's picking up, and I guess it's smart to do it the month of the release. If it really does come out on May 25th, I think it ended up being a wise decision because it's just like going to be this for people that are just now seeing about the game and they're able to see gameplay and all the older stuff. They're going to have actually an abundance of things to look at. So there could be some people that have just got on the hype train today, and if you are, welcome aboard because I mean, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
knock on wood. I knock on wood, literally.
yeah, yeah. The game, I'm sure the game will do well.
Yeah. The one thing I'm actually scared about is like not enough to do, like for
Hmm.
story wise. I just have a fear, like, because they say the campaign is only about 10 hours, but I don't know if they're including all the side quests. I think that could just be main story.
I heard the game will take you 20 to 30 hours to complete. I mean, the main quest. And if you're gonna
Yeah,
go around looking for stuff and exploring, it will take much more.
dude, I'm already expecting like my first playthrough to do like I don't know. I'm just gonna take it really slow,
Yeah, you're gonna take your time.
100%. Are you gonna try to take your time or on your first playthrough, or just get through the story and then take your time on like the second playthrough?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do like you and that. I mean, even if the story was short, you're gonna play it to experience the other choices.
Right.
So it's not really a big problem.
Yeah, and I want to get a good insight on the game so I can eventually do a review because I think it's only the right thing for me to do to make a review about a game that I've been phenomenally hyped about and covering on a weekly basis.
Have you done a review before?
Nope.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm gonna just go for it. I'm gonna watch. I mean, go back and watch other reviews, look at some of the things they focus on, and just do my best to cover what the game did right and what it did wrong, and the overall package.
Thank you, Carlson, for coming on my channel. Be sure to check him out, guys. The link to the channel will be in the top right of the screen. And if you are still watching, don't forget to subscribe if you like Biomutant. Do not miss out on any new videos. And definitely check out my other videos and discussions, which I'll put right now on the screen. And see you there.